Bulavinaka, good evening and namaste. You're watching and listening to Fiji Village Street Talk. I'm Vijay Narayan, a special guest tonight. As promised, we are back at the Drua base here in Nadi, and grateful for the access that has been provided. Tonight we'll be talking to a young man who came into the Drua setup soon after taking part in the Dean's rugby competition, came out of that, stopped playing rugby for a while, and eventually breaking into the first swash-shipping Fijian Drua team that assembled in Lennox Head in Sydney back in those trying times during COVID-19, and of course now becoming one of the co-captains of the Drua men's team, Tevita Ikanivere. Tevita, thank you very much for coming on our show this evening.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, Tevita, you've got an interesting story to tell. You're 25 years old now and started with rugby quite early. Did you play rugby in primary school?
I didn't play rugby in primary school. I didn't take it seriously. I just played. The main memory I have of primary school playing sport is playing tennis, as I usually did, just mostly picking up the balls for my elder brothers and auntie and uncles, especially my grandparents, Mr. and Mrs. Brown. That was their way of staying fit every Monday, Tuesday and Fridays at 4 to 6 p.m. So that was my story, and later on class 8 in Holy Trinity, I played a bit of hockey. It was fun having to get to play alongside some of my best friends.
So playing lawn tennis at Victoria Courts, you said?
Yeah.
With your grandparents?
Yes.
Special moments with them there?
Thinking back of it now, very key memories, a lot of moments. Till this day, I still remember the stuff at the tennis court, because I usually finish school at 2:30 and then spend 2 hours there with them, taking all their lunch after I've had my lunch, and just waiting for my grandma to finish her work so she could come. And my brothers and uncles were at Marist. They usually came and played with her, and I would just be ball boy. And then when my time came, I used to love playing tennis with my grandma.
You then went to Queen Victoria School. That's when you started playing in the Dean's rugby competition. Is that the time you started getting interested in rugby, or it was already before that?
I was already interested in rugby. Knowing growing up in Fiji, I used to play. I was the youngest who came out of the home we were raised in Bena Farm. Some people may know it. It's in Wela. We lived on a 10-acre farm, and I was the youngest to come out of it. So there was a lot of my uncles and who came from the village, who came to work on the farm, who stayed there, who made a living. And then there were my brother. I have only one elder brother and a few of my uncles. So every afternoon I would try and go and play touch with them, but my job was to just fill the water. So after they played touch, I would have my small rugby session. I think if some of my uncles watch this, they know we used to call it asotasi. I don't know why we called it, but maybe it was one of the players back then. They would kneel down and I would be standing up, because I was short, I was small. I think I was in class 1 and 2 and they were already grown up. So we used to play rugby like that. And then coming into QVS, as you said, starting in the hooker role. I never knew of the hooker role before then, but somehow, and the Super 4 competition is one that happens in QVS, where there's 4 houses, and I was in Tovata house. So under 14 team was formed there, and all the big boys needed had to play prop, and everybody wanted to play the first 5'8", or the wingers and fullbacks, all the prominent positions, but then no one wanted to play hooker. And I was left out, so I said, okay, I'll try this position. And from then onwards, I think I made the right choice, seeing where I am today. So it all leads back to that Super 4 competition in under 14, back at the Nukubuto grounds.
Yes. You know, Tevita, when you run on the field wearing that Drua jumper, it seems like you were always happy with running the ball. What's going through your mind? You've scored some amazing tries as well.
I think I just enjoy doing it. Bible says this is a gift from God. This is my gift from God. I believe it with all my heart, and I just enjoy this moment I have. I don't have a long time to play rugby. God willing, I have 10, 20 years, but you never know due to injury. So every time I get on the field, especially representing the Fijian Drua, especially being here at home, as you can see behind us, you got the crowd, and our theme is the time, togetherness, investment, memories, enthusiastic. I just try to be enthusiastic because I know this will be a memory one day, and when I do look back at it, I knew I used my time wisely and used it well. Hopefully inspire others, hopefully inspire the next generation coming up. As I said, this is a gift from God to me, and it has brought me so much, and it's the best thing I can do is to go out on the field each time I do get the opportunity and do well.
You played in the Dean's competition from under 14 and the lower grades right up to under 18. I remember that your team QVS lost to RKS against the other Tailevu giant in rugby. Did you continue playing after not winning the competition?
Fortunately, no, I stopped because for me, I thought that rugby was just for that high school. Don't think back then there was a good pathway to lead to professional rugby and to represent Fiji. Most of the players had to come from overseas who played in the top 40, in the Pro D2, in the UK, or anyway other in here at overseas. So I didn't think there was a good way for me to earn a living playing rugby, and I did quite well in school. So, and my grandma and grandpa had emphasized the importance of getting education. So the next year I enrolled into USP to pursue my studies, and I'd left rugby because I thought it wasn't a way forward for me. So I'd left it and then came through the second semester. Coach Bill Ngandolo from HPU, the Fiji Rugby Union, gave me a call to join the under 20s because most of the hookers were injured or missing. And from then onwards, everything just fell into the right position, and I got in at the right time, and here I am now.
You started at the age of 22 when you got the call from the Drua. Of course, the team went into camp and then ended up in Lennox Head with isolation and all those issues. How long did it take for you to make the decision to join the Drua?
I think a lot of people know the story, but it didn't take long for me. I remember during COVID I was still studying. When I got my actual contract from Coach Simon Rawalu, I was actually reading emails for USP, and I was studying for exams. I think exams were coming up, and I see this email pop up from Simon regarding a contract from the Drua. As soon as I got it, I just read it quickly, sent it to Galen, and asked my grandfather about it. And the same night I signed, and because they had already signed the contract and Drua, so I just needed to sign on my line, and that was a full contract for me. So it didn't take much time, I think an hour tops. That's how long it took, because the same night I got it, I signed it, and I think that's why I'm one of the first signings here.
It's an amazing story, Tevita. You're starting off from there, although you had thought that it was the end of the road for you after you played in the Dean's rugby competition. From that age to now 25, also becoming a husband and now a father of a 10-month-old. How's the journey of this transition that took place, a very important part of your life?
Very tricky because the time it happened, because it was the year leading World Cup year 2023, World Cup year. It happened all at the same moment and leading up to last year, so I think it was good. I see myself, I've gotten better because of it. The Bible says the wife's taken from your rib, so she's before you. Before a good man, there's always a better woman. So I think Frances, my wife, and my son, my namesake, have made me a better man. And I think better man, better rugby players. So I think it's been good for me to have taken the step and moved on with my life.
How important is it, when you are getting focused for your game and you are co-captain of the Drua now, with that huge responsibility and of course the weight of the fans the Y that you play. Of course the other Y is your good wife Frances and your baby. How important is it to get the call from them before the game or on game day? What's the ritual for you?
Pressure, I think, comes knowing, as Frank says a lot, you're in the right place when there's pressure, because it's testing, it's building you. Even diamonds are created under pressure. So I think it's good for me. For me, growing up on the farm, when I was little, it's been a part of my life. So
What from the farm do you remember?
I think it's the hard work, and I still use it till today. Jacko used to tell me I'm good enough because I do the work, and it's been like some sort of mantra for me. I get confidence going into the game, knowing that I've done the work through the week. So training from Sunday up till Friday. So when I get into the game, I just go and enjoy myself because I know I've done the work. So it's nothing about the pressure from my family or my wife. It's my gift, and I enjoy doing it, and I work hard so I can perform on Saturday.
What are some of the challenges that you face as a young leader? And of course you're growing into it, but what are some of the challenges that you've had to face and tried to find the solutions when they've come your way?
I think the most challenging part is because how I play, I act like a leader because I try to do what I say. I think it's more the part that I'm trying to get better in is when and where to talk, especially when I'm angry on the field or something's not going away, or different scenarios in the game, how to slow the game down, especially in the professional level now. So I have to study these scenarios, and I got great coaches and great teammates who helped me through it. So I got my game drivers and how to cue up when to get angry to the boys and when not to, and how to be composed and just have fun. So it's more of, as I said, when and how to speak and where to speak, because sometimes I don't need to speak, and sometimes when I'm angry, nothing good comes out, it's all bad. So it's just trying to control and make sure my team's at the right mindset to do the next job.
What's your highest point that you believe you have reached that has been really satisfying when you have come into the role of a leader?
I think every time I've been given the opportunity to lead, it's always the same feeling. It's a big privilege, it's an honor, but it's, as I said, very big responsibility. True, it comes with its perks. Everybody wants to know you, but there's a hidden thing behind it, the responsibility it takes to help the team. You're just here to serve, not to be served, as Jesus said. So it's more of that, just trying to know the boys, know what makes them better players, and trying to help them become better players and help them perform on the day especially. It doesn't help when you know that they don't like being told off and you tell them off, it's going to make them worse. So there are boys that are players that need to be told off to get better, and there are others who just need to tap on their back and tell them to do the next job. So I think that's one of the most important parts for me.
What would be the lowest point in your life?
Grandma passed away. I think that was like shock for me. Because
Where were you?
I was at home. I was beside. She
How
was.
old
she
were
passed.
you?
I was in university. I don't know how old I was. Maybe 21 or 20. Because she was the most part of my life growing up from when I was a child. She provided for me, helped me. Always told me to go to church every time, every Sunday. And she liked the small details. As I said, she was a doctor, so everything had to be at a certain standard. So I grew up with that, and most of the people who grew up at Bena Farm would say the same thing, because both Mr. and Mrs. Brown were very good leaders, and so we just had to look to them and follow in their footsteps.
Did you ever, or have you ever felt that just listening to you, knowing that your grandmother left before you became a Drua?
Yeah.
From your perspective, does it hit you sometimes, if only for one moment she would see you play?
I think that hit me when my granddad passed away. We were still in Australia back then. I flew over, I couldn't play the next game. Then the following game we played, I think, against the Reds. Then in the huddle before the game, it came to my mind that both of them are gone, and I realized that my grandmother never had seen me get to the Drua, but she saw me go to the Flying Fijians before that, so that was all good with me. But it left a very big empty space in my life, knowing that both two of the most important people in my life had left. So for me now, it's just carrying on the legacy and just trying to be a better person.
Tevita, just we have a lot of social issues in this country. A lot of young people are looking for answers. Some find it hard in terms of having that sense of belongingness, be it the vanua, the lotu, or the family structure, the matavuvali. What is your message to young people watching this out there?
I think just to know that you have a purpose, like the phone you have. It was made for something, and God created us all in His image. So you don't build something for not to be used. As I'm saying, you have to make something to be used. So everybody, as I said, my Bible verse, your gift brings you before great men. I believe that with all my heart. No one would know Tevita Ikanivere if I didn't have rugby. So I firmly believe that everybody has a gift to present this world. And if you're thinking that you have nothing, you have something, because God created you in such a way that you have something to give this world, and you just have to believe and have the right attitude toward it.
We also have a lot of young people who, because they may not have the support structure or because of their circle, they end up in substance abuse. You know, we have a real issue with hard drugs like methamphetamine. We have had one of the biggest busts not too long ago, and this cancer is spreading amongst the young, even right down to primary school children. In terms of drugs, the fight is real.
Yeah.
What do you think young people like you can do to assist in the fight, and what's your message for those who are out there who may be feeling helpless?
Maybe if people know me, they know I, as you said, don't have role models, maybe come from broken families. I grew up with a single mom, so most people who use that, what you call, say it's a problem having a single parent or something. It's not supposed to be a problem, because there are a lot of living testimonies. One is myself. I think you just have to, as I said, you need to have a purpose in life. Have to have your eyes on a set goal. It's more of change of mindset. especially listening, especially as we grow up, we tend not to listen a lot, try to touch things that we're not supposed to touch, and try to see the effects before we try not to go away from it. I think obedience is better than sacrifice. It's better to be obedient now, especially as kids. Listen a lot to your parents and to the good advice given by them, so you don't end up in that track. And for us, for those who are already addicts maybe, or already going through hardships, the best advice I could give is turn to the Lord. He is the way, the truth, and the life, and that's the only good advice I could give.
You've said that no reason should be used to try to say this is what I have, because of this situation I've done this. How difficult was it to be in a situation where you had a single mom? We know that your grandparents provided that safety net, but how difficult was it for your mom to look after you and to provide for you?
Looking back at it now, like when I grew up, I was a bad asthmatic, so I was sick most of the times. I still remember now, like running 5 meters, I would puff out, like I thought I was I wasn't gonna breathe.
You wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
And how old were you?
I think 2, 3, 4, 5. Even going into primary school, I was very bad asthmatic. So I seen the hard work my mom put in. She was one of my biggest inspirations in working hard to one day give a good living, and that's how it all started for me. So my mom's a big motivation for me, even until now. Seeing that I have me and my older brother, and she works so hard, tirelessly for both me and him to provide for us how she did. She was a stay-at-home mom too, so she had to work very, very hard.
You've seen the struggle.
I've seen the struggle.
How are you making it back for
her? She doesn't miss any games now. I just try to give her what she wants. And like ever since I started playing for the Drua and Fiji, she hasn't missed a game here in Fiji. Every time there's a game here, she'll be here. She'll be here for all the Lotoga games, all the Super games, and just what she needs, I try to provide, and that'll be my goal for the rest of my life.
How valuable is it to have role models like your grandparents, or if you're blessed to have a parent like a mom or a dad? How valuable is it compared to those who may not care and may not look after them?
Sometimes I just think how they could not repay the work they've done for us, especially our parents, our grandparents. Especially, I know myself where I am now. If it wasn't for the village behind me, I wouldn't be here. I know the people who've helped me through when I was growing up, who bought my new shoes when I needed them. Especially growing up, you needed new shoes every year, so let's just try to repay back in small ways, because I could never repay the hard work they've put in for me. So to everybody who has parents, make sure you take care of them. God says listening to your parents you'll have a long life, so that's a promise, and I'd like to believe that promise is true, because I can have a long life.
Tevita, you did say that rugby you don't play forever, and of course there's life after rugby. You made some decisions in relation to saving and longevity, your family safety, I believe, also in terms of home ownership and things like that. How important is it to make sure when you do get into something like this that you set your future right?
Yeah, I think it's very important. That I learned from my grandparents again. You're going to hear their names after and after again in this conversation we're having. That's why you get education. That's why you have to go to school, so you know how to use your money and when to use it. And for me, knowing that I won't be playing rugby forever, I just tried to start setting up slowly, trying to get a farm, trying to build my house, and just trying to make sure that when the time comes for my sons, my daughters to start their lives, they'll be set. So they won't be starting from scratch, they'll be starting from a higher level than I have started. So it's more about the next generation than it's about me now.
Interesting journey ahead. You've reached that place of being a co-captain of the Drua, starting from just coming off the Dean's rugby competition, thinking it will be the end of the road for you. How do you envision yourself going forward?
I just wanted to, one day, my goal is to be the best hooker in the world. That's my vision, that's my goal. And I'm just starting to read a book, and it's Master Nadi gave it to me, 3 things successful people do. And talks about setting a roadmap to success. Success is about the journey, and that's my journey, is just trying to set roadmaps and pray to God that He'll bless me, and hopefully one day I'll reach my goal.
All the best for that. And Tevita, what's your message for the people watching out there? From Tevita Ikanivere, the star Drua player, the people who cheer their hearts out when you're with the ball, when you're running to score that amazing try. What is your message to those who are watching this around the world or listening to this on our podcast around the world?
First of all, thank you very much for the cheers and the support. It's a privilege to be supported, because not everybody has to support you, but you still do. So thank you very much. And one advice I would give, I think it's the mantra I said, I'm good enough because I do the work. So whatever you want to do in life, make sure you do the work, because whatever you sow, you will reap one day.
That's Tevita Ikanivere, the captain of Swire Shipping Fijian Drua, and our episodes of the Drua will continue, so stay tuned.